Hello and welcome to the video. This is a quick video on one of the specific functions of an EdgeTX powered radio. It's aimed at those of you that are relatively new to EdgeTX, might be coming to EdgeTX from FreeSky, Futaba, Spectrum, or maybe you're brand new to the hobby. Now there are links below to the rest of the videos in the series, as well as more advanced stuff as well. Don't forget you can find content by just looking for the thing you're interested in and adding Painless 360 to your search term here on YouTube. So let's jump on the bench and let's talk about the topic for today. This time it's talking about how you navigate around a black and white Express LRS radio. Now there's another video in the series that talks about how you do this with the color radios with the touchscreen, things like the TX16S and those kind of radios. However, some of the smaller, more compact radios get rid of that color touchscreen, and actually I really like it when they do. It means that the radio is a lot smaller, much more compact, and you don't have to have lots of power being used to run that big color screen. And also potentially you won't accidentally touch the screen as you're doing other things too. So this is a GX12, but the things I'm going to show you will work on any of the radios that have the kind of black and white screen, whether it's an LCD screen or one like this. And the radio is laid out just like most EdgeTX radios, broadly into three sections. The top is full of controls and switches that you can use to assign to channels and set up the way that you want, including these kind of switches in the corner. Then we have the four main flight controls here, which is going to be your aileron, elevator, throttle and rudder. The trims for which there is a 6-position switch down here, and then a couple of rotary controls. So the controls on these smaller radios are all over the place, but the navigation buttons are going to be the system button over here, the model button on this side, these 4 buttons over here, and these 4 buttons may be 3 buttons depending on the radio brand that you're using, but we'll talk about that in a moment. Then you have a rotary scroll wheel, and that also acts as an enter key as well. And you can see already that as I move the scroll wheel, I'm scrolling between different screens. The main default one is showing me the positions of all the sliders. So maybe you can see that as I move the slider on the shoulder, you can see that little control going up and down. And as I move the main controls, I can make it look like a pair of googly eyes. So how do you navigate around the radio? Well, the cool thing is that although in the series I'm going to be showing most of the things on a color radio because it just looks better for the camera, everything that's in EdgeTX on those color radios is also in here in the black and white version. So you don't sacrifice any of the EdgeTX functionality with the exception of having a color screen and also having the ability to use the touch screen to actually select things. So if we want to go into the model menu, we press the model key. That will bring up all the models that are currently here, and we can select the one that we want and press enter. I'm going to say exit out of that and exit out of that. Again, probably the most important key on the entire radio is this one over here, which is called return on this radio, but it's just like an escape key. If you're in a menu and you're not sure what you're doing, then pressing return will get you back to this initial screen, which shows you the position of the trims around the outside and all those pieces too. However, you can set this screen up to show different things as well. So let's press model again. And now we're in this model menu. We can actually select the model by going up to it and then pressing and holding the enter key and saying select. That's going to allow us to change the model. We'll go back to test, which is the one I've got set up for this. And then once you have this, you'll notice up here in the top right hand corner of the screen, it says 1 of 12. And there are 12 pages of stuff that you can do with the model stuff. The first page just happens to be the model select screen. So using these next 2 buttons, page forward and page reverse, we can go through. So backwards and forwards. We can go through the menu either way. If you have a radio that only has 3 buttons here, then the middle button is a short press will take you forwards, a long press will take you back. That's the way those tend to work. So let's have a quick look through the menus. Again, I've done full menu tours on the playlist already. Go and check those out. So, but if we go through, we have the setup where you can set the name, the kind of radio types, your timers. We have the heli setup that you're only ever going to play with if you are going to be playing with helicopters. Flight modes, which is more of an advanced feature. Most pilots don't get too far into flight modes unless you're getting into more sophisticated fixed wing. The input screen, mixes, outputs, curves, and again, each of these main features are going to be covered as part of the series. So if you're interested in a particular screen, I've covered it later on. Logical switches, special functions, telemetry, and display. And here in the display is where you can set up the different screens that you can go through. So if I return out of all this and then I roll my screen around, we can actually change it so that we have a couple of different views. As I press page forward and page back, when you're on the default screen, it will go through the different setups that are going to be there. This is the default one. If I press it again, it's going to give me the actual channel outputs, which can be very useful to make sure that you've actually got it set properly. Then that in a numerical form, if you want that. Then we have the channels monitor, and then back to test, and then all the way around. So again, if you're never sure and you come into this and you're like, hang on a minute, I haven't got anything on my screen, what's happened? It just means that you just need to walk through it. So there's almost like 3 menus in essentially. So we've got the model, we've got the ability to change what the radio is showing us by default on the screen. And again, you can change that layout. And then we have the system menu. The system menu is the one that is for the radio and isn't specific to a model setup. So this is the first of 7 pages, 1 of 7 in the top. These are the standard tools that we have. So depending on what is installed on the memory inside the radio, and the way you would change that is you can copy things to the memory inside the radio by plugging a cable in this radio into this USB-C thing at the top and selecting USB storage. It will appear on your computer just like a USB thumb drive. And in here we have Express LRS, which is where you need to go to bind your receiver. We have things like iNav buttons, TBS Agent Lite, and the Wizard Loader. Next one we have then, and again we're going to navigate through using these buttons. We have the SD card, which actually isn't an SD card on these radios, it's the internal storage, but you can actually navigate around, because once you're on the screen using these buttons, to navigate you actually use the roller here. So if we want to see what's in the sounds directory, I'm going to hit enter, and then we go into English, EN, and hit enter. Look at the stuff in the system directory. Here are all the WAV files. How do we come back out of that? Yep, that wonderful key that we talked about before, return. Let's just go back through this. So let's get into the next one. Radio setup. This is where you set your date and time, how loud you want your sound, what the battery is. Next one is global functions. I'm not going to get too much into that, but you can set up global functions for the entire radio. So rather than set them up model by model, you can do it here instead. In my 11 odd years of playing with Open and EdgeTX, I've never ever used it, but it's there. Then you have the trainer setup that allows you to connect another radio to this and to either be a pupil or somebody training somebody else, either via a cable, or if you have the technology in your radio wirelessly. This is where you set all of that up. And then almost at the end, we have the hardware stuff, and this is where you come to do things like your calibration. It defines how everything is set up, the different axes, what the controls are, how everything is attached. But if I go to the top, this is also where we can do the calibration. So if you find that your sticks aren't coming to the middle position and settling down beautifully, then calibration is what you need to do, and this is where you do it. Final page is just details on the EdgeTX build that's actually running inside the radio. So you can get all those details, and also allow you to look at the firmware and module versions as well. It's usually important to know that, so you can check whether or not the update is something that's later than the radio that you've got, or if you're asking for help, giving these kind of bits of information can be incredibly useful to the person who's trying to help you. Again, how do we get out of that? Good old return. So that's a whistle-stop tour. Everything that is in a colour radio is available here, with the exception of the stuff that's specific to the fact that it's a large colour touch screen. But everything I can set up in terms of all the funky mixes and all the power of EdgeTX is still within this radio. So for those of you that have these kind of radios, don't worry if I'm talking about curves on a colour radio. If you go into model and you zoom across until you get to curves, although the actual setup might be slightly different in terms of how you navigate it, how it actually works is going to be exactly the same. Thank you for watching my video. Check out the playlist, and adding Pedantry 60 to your search terms will help you find my content. If you haven't done so already, please hit the like and subscribe button. It helps a lot. You can support the time I spend here answering questions and helping others by using the links in the video description.